Hello dear students. In our cross-curricular reading today, we're going to talk about a very interesting topic, and that is informatics. You love talking about IT, you love talking about passwords, internet. There are some things that we should pay attention. But before we start reading, we're going to see some words that we're going to find in our reading. Okay. When you crack a password, what do you do exactly? You crack the password, you solve the password, you find the password. A fingerprint. If you take a look at your finger, and if you want to find your fingerprint, then you can make this mark and you can see the pattern of your skin, of your finger. This is called a fingerprint. Fingerprint. Another word that we're going to see in the text is the word century. Century means 100 years, of course. And one more word is the word memorable. If something is memorable, then it is very easy for you to remember it. Okay, let's deal with the text. All about passwords. I'm sure you will have no unknown words because you deal with computers, you deal with social networking and so many sites every day. So it's going to be very interesting for you. We all know the basic rules for choosing good passwords and keeping them secret. Rule number 1, use numbers, symbols, and good mix of letters, uppercase and lowercase. Rule number 2, use a different password for each of the devices you use, for each website you visit, not the same password. Rule number 3, change your password regularly. Change them every month or every 2 months. Don't use the same password for a very long time. Rule number 4, never write your passwords down. So, 4 rules. These rules sound easy to follow, right? But ask yourselves, do you follow these rules? Do we follow these rules? It is very difficult, but we should. We should listen to the experts. Now that we have the text, focus on the question. Which basic rule for passwords is not mentioned? Be careful. The question is tricky. It says is not mentioned. So if we find these in the text, then that is not the correct answer. A. Use a mix of letters, numbers, and symbols for passwords. Was that mentioned in the rules? Of course it was. Use a different passwords for different websites. Was that in the rules that we should use different passwords? Absolutely. Use different passwords. C. Never tell your password to another person. Was that stated in the text? Don't forget, it's not what is right or wrong, what we believe. It's what is in the text that counts. And change your passwords often. Was that? We should change, that was rule number 3. Change your passwords regularly. So the correct answer, of course, was C, that we should never tell our friends the passwords. Okay, let's move on reading. Recently, so these days, researchers had a chance to analyze secret information about passwords. They found that many of us totally ignore the experts' advice and choose simple, easy to remember, and extremely insecure passwords. So, the article says that most people, what? Don't know how to choose a secure password. Use the same password for everything. Don't follow the expert's advice when they choose a password, or forget passwords easily. Again, the answer is not what we believe or what we think is right or wrong. All of them could be right, but what the text says, where the text focuses. So, of course, from the information in the text, they don't follow the expert's advice. And why is that? They found that many of us totally ignore the expert's advice. So, they ignore, so they don't follow the expert's advice. Don't try to find the same words in the text and the question. Try to find the synonyms to have the same meaning. Let's move on. Data shows that 1 of every 10 people uses 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't tell me that you haven't used as the PIN number for the bank cards, and that password, welcome, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or ninja, and of course the same word, password, are some of the most popular choices. Even governments choose terrible passwords. It seems hard to believe, but in the 1980s, the American government actually used the secret code, zeros, many zeros, to unlock its nuclear missiles. So, the most popular password. Which is the most popular password? It's not mentioned. It's the word password. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, or those zeros, many zeros. In the text, we read that many people, that 1 out of 10 people uses this code, and that also there are so many other passwords, other codes that people use all the time. But was it mentioned which is the most popular one? Actually, no, it's not. That's why the correct answer here is A, because these are some of the most popular, not the most popular. Okay, and let's continue. Hackers are very good at guessing when we choose symbols and numbers instead of letters. So they can hack symbols and numbers very easily. For example, the password, this password, seems like a good one, but the code is actually very simple. First letter, uppercase, then you have A and E. It is easy for hackers to program their computers to look out for these kinds of codes, because the length of the password is so important. So the password has to be very long according to the experts. Okay. Because the length of the password is so important, a group of words written in lowercase, like help, cheese monkey, swimming, is much more secure than something like this. So this is very long and this is very short. And probably a bit easier to remember. Think of a monkey. It is shouting for help and swimming towards some cheese. So, the article says that hackers choose passwords with symbols and numbers, program their computers to look for symbols and number in passwords, choose lowercase passwords, or program their computers to look for long passwords. Automatically, 2 of them are not correct from the very beginning. So the hackers It's not that they choose, so not A, not C. Focus between B and D. What was mentioned in the text? What was very easy for them? To hack what? Symbols and numbers. And that's why they program their computers. So they program their computers to look for symbols and numbers. It is easy for them to program their computers. All right, and the last part. One day, we probably won't have to worry about this because we won't need passwords. Some laptop computers already have fingerprint readers. Recently, scientists in the US have designed a prototype ring for your finger that sends electricity through your skin to a touch screen to tell computers and phones who you are. For now, though, we still need passwords. And if you want one that is secure and memorable, so one that you are going to remember easily, we said, the best advice is to make it long. So make long passwords according to the experts. So according to the article, scientists in the US, they recently designed what? Remember from the text, a fingerprint readers for phones, prototype keyboard, something people can wear, or a touch screen laptop. What did we read in the text? That the US scientists designed a prototype ring. They designed a ring that sends electricity to the laptop. Okay, so now from now on, you are going to continue making these long passwords and not short anymore. All right, and we have some expressions, some collocations, words that go together. Don't forget, put words that go together in the text to have a meaning. We have find the solution, fix the problem, follow events, get home, go crazy, and raise your hand. Good afternoon, this is Robocorp. How can I help you? Hello, Robocorp? Oh, thank goodness, you have answered. Help! What is the problem, madam? My home help robot has... Take a look at that. The Robocop has gone crazy. From work, and all the food was over the kitchen. So I got home from work and everything was all over the kitchen. Oh, madam, please try to calm down. I am sure we can... What? Take a look at that. We can find a solution to the problem. We can fix the problem. This could be, but we have the continuation here. So, I am sure we can find a solution to the problem. Calm down? Do you realize I'm calling you from the bathroom? In the bathroom, you said. I am sending someone over to what? To fix the problem. Okay, so that was easy for you to find out. Make sure that you combine words so that they can have the appropriate meaning. All right. I know that you really liked this text. It was interesting, it was easy for you, and those cross-curricular readings are there to help you to enhance your English vocabulary. Take care, and we'll meet again. Goodbye.